Welcome, dear listener, to a place where the world slows down, where the noise of the day gently fades, and where your heart is invited to rest for a while, because tonight I am taking you on a quiet journey into a city wrapped in snow, love, and soft dreams. Paris is silent beneath the falling night, resting under a delicate blanket of snow that turns every street, every rooftop, and every shadow into something calm and timeless, as if the city itself has decided to breathe more slowly just for you. And the street lamps glow warmly along the cobblestones, casting soft, golden light that reflects gently off the white ground, making each step feel like a moment meant to be remembered, while the Seine moves unhurriedly through the heart of the city, smooth and silver, carrying the reflections of bridges and lights like whispered secrets, flowing toward sleep. And somewhere in the distance, a café door closes with a muted sound that quickly dissolves into the hush of the night, leaving behind a peaceful stillness that feels almost sacred. And as you walk alone through these quiet streets, your breath rises softly into the cold air, forming small clouds that vanish as quickly as they appear, reminding you that this moment exists only now, and each step you take leaves a perfect print in the fresh snow behind you. Yet you feel no need to look back or move faster, because for once, there is nowhere you must go, and nothing you must become. Only the gentle permission to be present, to let the night hold you, and you breathe in deeply, catching the comforting scent of rain mixed with roasted chestnuts, drifting from somewhere unseen, a familiar fragrance that carries warmth, memory, and the promise of simple joy, while faint jazz music floats from an open window high above, slow and tender, wrapping itself around the silence like a soft embrace, making it feel as though Paris itself is speaking to you in a language only the heart understands, inviting you to stay, to linger, to listen. And the snow continues to fall patiently around you, landing on your coat, your hair, the empty benches and quiet streets, covering the city not to hide it, but to soften it, smoothing every edge, every worry, every sharp thought you carried with you from the day, and the night feels alive in the most gentle way, as if something beautiful is waiting just beyond the next breath, just beyond the next step. And in this peaceful pause, wrapped in light, snow, and stillness, your heart begins to slow its rhythm, preparing itself to drift, to dream, and to rest. The quiet walk carries you forward until the streets gently open near Pont Neuf, where the glow of the bridge lights drifts across the river and settles softly on the moving water, turning the Seine into a slow ribbon of gold that shimmers beneath the falling snow. And as you pause near the edge of the bridge, letting the peaceful rhythm of the night sink into you, your eyes catch sight of a lone figure standing still a short distance away, wrapped in a dark coat, facing the river as snow gathers quietly in their hair and along their shoulders. And something about the way they stand pulls at you, an unexplainable familiarity that tightens your chest and makes time hesitate. And for a brief moment, you cannot move, as though the city itself is holding you in place, urging you to look closer, to remember. And then the figure slowly turns, and in that instant, the years between past and present collapse, revealing the face you once carried in your heart, the one you loved, the one who lingered in your thoughts like a melody that never fully faded. And the silence between you feels heavier than words, filled only with the soft sound of snow touching stone and water, until at last a small, careful smile appears, real and uncertain, and you find yourself speaking without thinking, remarking on the beauty of the night, and they answer just as quietly, saying that it was always beautiful when you were there, and the river sighs beneath the bridge as though it understands, and time bends gently around the two of you, erasing distance, softening regret, and allowing this meeting to exist exactly as it is, fragile, unexpected, and filled with the kind of emotion that only comes when two souls recognize each other again under a snowy Paris sky. After the quiet recognition on the bridge, you begin to walk together without needing to decide where you are going, letting the city guide your steps as Paris slowly reveals itself in soft light and shadow, and the streets seem warmer now, glowing beneath the snow as if the city has noticed your reunion and chosen to soften its heartbeat. And as you move side by side, the silence between you feels comfortable rather than heavy, broken gently by shared memories that surface naturally, words flowing about small moments that once meant everything, afternoons spent in cafes where time disappeared unnoticed, familiar songs hummed without thinking, and letters that were written in the heart but never found their way onto paper. And with each memory spoken, the distance between you shrinks, not because the past is being reopened, but because it is finally being understood. And when you reach the cafe, you both remember. It appears almost untouched by time, its crooked chairs resting where they always were, its windows glowing faintly with warmth, and the comforting scent of chocolate and cinnamon drifts toward you as you step inside, wrapping around you like a familiar embrace. And the cafe is nearly empty, quiet enough that even your footsteps sound like whispers, and the waiter senses the delicate nature of your presence, placing 2 steaming cups on the table without questions or interruption, allowing the moment to remain yours. And as you sit together, the conversation becomes softer, laughter emerging briefly and gently, followed by long pauses that feel meaningful rather than awkward. And sometimes, no words are needed at all, as you simply watch the snow drift past the window, the city outside blurred by warmth and light, and in that shared stillness, there is no resentment or regret left, only gratitude for the passage of time that has eased old wounds and softened sharp edges. And you realize that this meeting is not about returning to what once was, but about honoring what existed and allowing it to rest peacefully. And as the night deepens, the cafe seems to fade around you, leaving only the quiet presence of 2 people who once mattered deeply to each other, sharing warmth, memory, and understanding. And when you finally rise to leave, stepping back into the snow-filled street, you carry with you a gentle calm, a sense of closure that feels like kindness. And Paris watches silently as you walk on together, knowing that moments like this are rare, delicate, and meant to be held softly before they pass. The night grows quieter as you step back into the snow, and Paris feels as though it has fully fallen asleep. The streets soften by white silence, and the air carrying a deep stillness that settles gently around you, and together you make your way back toward the river, your footsteps slow and unhurried, matching the calm rhythm of the night. And when you reach the railing, the Seine lies before you, dark and smooth, reflecting the glow of the lamps that tremble across its surface like scattered gold. And you stand side by side without speaking, knowing that this moment does not ask for explanations or promises, only honesty and silence. and the quiet between you feels tender rather than empty, filled with acceptance and understanding. And as you glance toward her, you notice how time has softened her expression, how her eyes carry the same familiar light, yet hold a deeper calm, and you feel the weight of words waiting behind your lips. Everything you never said, and everything you once wished you could undo, yet none of it feels necessary now, because the moment itself is enough. And she steps slightly closer, resting her hand gently on your arm, a simple touch that carries years of shared emotion, memory, and affection. And she speaks softly about how the city never forgets, how it seems to remember every step, every love, every goodbye, and you answer quietly, suggesting that perhaps the city remembers on your behalf, holding the memories so your hearts no longer have to. And for a brief instant, the world seems to pause, the snow falling more slowly, the lights bending gently around you, as if Paris itself is honoring this fragile farewell. And then she turns away, her steps light but certain, moving back into the quiet streets, and you watch as her figure gradually fades into the snowfall, becoming part of the night. And though the bridge feels wider and emptier once she is gone, there is no sharp pain, only a peaceful stillness, the kind that comes when something has finally been laid to rest. And in that calm, you understand that some goodbyes are not endings, but gentle releases, allowing love to exist without needing to stay. You remain on the bridge for a little while longer, letting the stillness settle into you as the last trace of her presence fades into the snowy night, and the space beside you feels quiet, but not lonely, filled instead with a gentle sense of completion. And as the city continues to sleep, the distant sound of a clock marks the arrival of midnight, its soft echo blending with the hush of falling snow. And somewhere far away, a violin begins to play, its melody slow and endless, drifting through the air like a final gift from the night. And the snow keeps falling steadily, covering footsteps, memories, and every sign of what once was, smoothing the world into something softer and kinder. And Paris itself seems to close its eyes, resting beneath the weightless calm of the moment. And at last, you turn to leave the bridge, your steps light and unhurried, each one carrying you deeper into peace. And the streets glow faintly beneath the lamps, their reflections shimmering like stars scattered across the ground. And you feel no cold now, no lingering ache in your heart, only a quiet warmth spreading slowly through your chest. And as you walk, you think of her smile, the sound of her voice, and the simple truth that love does not vanish even when it lets go. And you understand that some loves are not meant to stay forever, but arrive gently to remind us that we are still capable of feeling, still open to tenderness, still alive inside. And the night wraps around you like a soft blanket, easing your thoughts, slowing your breath, inviting rest, and the snow thickens as the world grows quieter, fading into calm and shadow. And as Paris continues to dream, you allow your eyes to close, carrying with you the warmth of memory and the peace of acceptance, knowing that tonight the world has been kind, tonight love has been enough, and now it is safe to let go, to relax, and to drift slowly and peacefully into sleep.